Hey everybody, welcome back for another video. We're going to talk about how the head should move in the backswing because that's a very common topic that golfers tend to look at when looking at their swings on video. So everyone's been kind of told or they hear them their friends talk about keeping their head steady in the backswing. A lot of times when people tend to keep their head steady in their backswing, they try to lock their head in place so much that they actually start making weird moves in the backswing to keep their head still. It may feel like it is still, but it really isn't. So feel free if you struggle with your ball strike, if you feel like you're restricted in your movement, you may feel like you're not flexible to make a movement, to let that head move a little bit, to move off a little bit in the backswing. Because chances are, sure, you might move off a little bit in the backswing, but chances are your head will look more still than you actually see in your head. So one big common mistake I see with a lot of my first-time clients is when they try to keep their head still, and I alluded to this earlier in this video, is their body starts doing weird stuff where the lower body slides away from the target, their upper body tilts towards the target, and they feel like their head is still because they feel like their eyes haven't moved. But you can see, even though my head is still, this is a very bad spot to be in the backswing. It's very non-functional. From here, you have no choice but to tilt back and do weird stuff to try to get the club back to the ball. So one thing I found to help a lot with a lot of my clients is in the backswing, feel free to feel like you load your upper body and head behind the ball, okay? It's gonna look like, instead of doing this, we're going to do our best to let the head and upper body move behind the ball as we turn, like that. And you can see by doing that, I'm able to shift my pressure into my trail side a little bit more, which eventually, as we move deeper into the golf swing, is going to help us create a more athletic movement in the downswing. If you're in this position where your lower body has slid away from the target, your upper body is tilted towards the target, there is no push, there is minimal rotation, bad things are going to happen. So feel free, if you feel like you struggle with fluidity in your movement, you feel like you're stuck, it just doesn't feel right, feel free to make a backswing where you let your upper body and head shift and load behind the ball in the backswing. That should free things up for you and allow yourself to make a good downswing. So it's gonna look like this. I'll do a slow one for you guys. So again, I'm gonna rehearse loading behind the ball with my upper body, and then I'm gonna go. And you can see by doing so, I'm able to then use my legs a little bit more and travel through the ball with minimal hang back, okay? So hope that helps, hope that clears things up a little bit. Feel free to move your head back in the backswing if you feel like you need to do so. I really don't think, at least in my personal opinion, that a steady head is that important in the golf swing. So by no means am I asking you to go like this, but let's just try, if you struggle with fluidity and freedom, just try to move it off the ball a little bit. So hope that helps. Any questions, just leave it in the comments below and we'll catch you guys next time. Thanks guys.